John, good morning.
Good morning, dude. I literally just woke up. How you guys doing?
I'm doing okay. You just woke up. Are you able?
I was up pretty late last night. Like I went to bed at like 3 a.m. I'm just so obsessed with this fight and just I'm doing well, just studying all night and watching footage and trying to get my opponent's psychology down and yeah, so now I'm dragging ass a little bit this morning. But my manager's the best in the business, and he just got me a coffee, so hopefully it kicks in soon.
So at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. last night, are you watching footage? Are you visualizing yourself? What are you trying to do?
Well, over the last several weeks, months, weeks, me and my coach have been just studying extensively kind of my opponent's tendencies and, you know, what makes this guy so special. And so we feel like tactically we have a pretty clear picture of what we need to do for, you know, to win this fight. But on a psychology level, you know, we're doing interviews a lot, both of us trying to promote this fight, and he's kind of let me in on, you know, some of the ways he thinks, and it's important for me to know how he's thinking in order to, you know, crush him not only in the psychology level but physically in the octagon.
From a psychology standpoint, Anthony Smith said, quote, "I'm going to finish John Jones. I'm going to put this fist on his chin." You were asked about this, and you said, look, a lot of guys say this about me. This is part of the fight game. A lot of guys have said this over the years. But the difference is, are you just saying it, or does he really believe it? What do you think? Does Smith really believe that?
I think he's saying it. I think he knows that I'm a tall order. You know, this will be my 13th world title. This will be his only 11th UFC fight. So I think he's just saying it just to say the right things and to make me feel like at least he has his confidence in the right place. But there's just no way you could be as confident as he's coming across. You know, the guy has 13 losses on his record. With that being said, he is the most experienced guy I've ever fought against. Before he was in the UFC, he was extremely active. He actually has 30 amateur fights and 40 professional fights. So this guy's fought 70 times to my 25 times. But even with that being said, I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's ready.
John Jones joins us here on the show ahead of UFC 235 coming up on Saturday. You've dealt with suspensions. You've dealt with bad press. You've dealt with the Nevada Athletic Commission, dealing with your eligibility, having to sit there and listen to your career and your mistakes be parsed. And you have said, I feel very loyal to the fans that have stayed loyal to me. Do you feel badly that those fans out there have had to sit through some of the downs, all of these downs of your career?
Yeah, I do. But I'm also just really grateful for them sticking there. You know, at the end of the day, we're all human, and like you said earlier, I was the youngest guy to ever become a world champion in UFC history. You know, at age 23, my life completely changed. I was thrown in the spotlight and pretty much asked to carry a sport for several years. Thank God Conor McGregor came along and deflected some of this attention. You know, through trial and error, you know, you learn, you get better, and I'm just really grateful that my supporters see the good in me, and they decided to focus on that. All we can do is just do things better, learn from our mistakes, and just do things better as we you know, mature. I'm 31 now. My kids are getting older, and I realize the responsibility I have, you know, to not only be an example as an athlete, but just as a human being. So I'm working on being better year after year, and things are brightening up over here.
Do you ever think about what would have happened if you were thrust into that limelight as a UFC champion at 28 instead of 23, and how you would have handled it differently?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think I would have made. I mean, obviously, would have made a lot better decisions. I would have been more conscious of the people I surrounded myself with. What I'm learning now is that, you know, it's really important for me to be a great leader and to surround myself just with powerful, mature men who has lots to lose in life. You know, at 23, man, I didn't realize how much I was being used by people around me, man. Just be that guy to buy Patron shots, get people into clubs, and, you know, be seen with and things like that. And And, today I feel like a pretty strong leader, and I've really developed a pretty strong group of mighty men in my life, and I think that's the key.
John Bones Jones joins us ahead of UFC 235 coming up on Saturday. You just fought in late December. You're turning around. You're fighting 2 months later. You've actually stated that you want to fight once a quarter. That's really rapid. That's really quick. Does it feel like too rapid of a pace to try to keep turning around that quickly?
You know what? It does seem kind of far-fetched, especially when you're fighting at a world championship level, against the toughest dudes in the world. You're almost bound to get injured somehow or another. And then the training, I train 4 times a day to lead up to an event. So, if I were to pull off fighting at age 31 4 times this year, training at 4 times a day all year round, it's demanding. But I believe sometimes we, as humans, we set goals too small. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a really high goal, and I'm going to try my hardest to get to it. And if I don't, fighting 3 times this year is still really good at the level we're competing. So, but yeah, I do want to give back to the fans that's held me down and that stuck by me. I want every Bones Jones fan to be able to wear their T-shirts and their Jones hats this year, all year, and be super proud and tell their friends who doubted me, I told you so. I told you this guy will be able to persevere, and not only persevere but come out on top. So I just want to give back to my fans by being extremely active and giving them so much content this year.
I've read that you said your spirit animal is a lion. And so I wonder, is it something you pick? Do you get to pick your spirit animal, or does somebody assign your spirit animal to you?
I picked my spirit animal. I love the male lion. Everyone always says, well, John, the female lion's the badass one, right? That does all the hunting. and I know, but the male lion, man, there's just something about how he's just such a calm, chill spirit for the most part, territorial being. And when he gets up and decides to actually show his teeth, he's unforgiving.
Anthony Smith.
And I just love him. Beautiful man. So big, so hot. Yeah.
Do you? You
that coffee kicking in.
You sounded like Ja Rule at his halftime performance in Milwaukee the other day. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that, but now I'm going to YouTube it as soon as I get off the phone.
Anthony Smith and John Bones Jones coming up, UFC 235. That's pay-per-view, live on pay-per-view, Saturday, March the 2nd. That's this upcoming Saturday, T-Mobile Arena. Tickets available right now online, Ticketmaster.com, or in person, T-Mobile box office. And, of course, you can view it at your house if you can't get there at pay-per-view. Hey, man, for just waking up, you did a really good job, so I appreciate the time today, buddy.
Thank you. You made it easy. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. John Bones Jones joining us, man. Thanks so much.